Hello everyone and welcome to my Synergy Lab Plus. Today in this facility dedicated towards creating the very best, most powerful, visually intriguing synergies that make you go, oh, I like it. We're going to do something a little bit different, alright? Just a little bit different. We do need... No, I'm joking. Don't close the video. We don't need the turret, alright? We don't need the turret. The turret is not something we need. I'll get rid of it. I'll just grab the smelter. It's fine. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. I've learned my lesson. So, for now, we are going to start with, a modest pair of items in the form of Godhead and Sacred Heart. I think that's okay, right? That's not too crazy powerful to begin with, right? That's just completely fine. So the plan is to create a true force of nature today. Something absolutely visually crazy, but also something that gives off a kind of raw, beautiful power to it. This unstoppable, ever-coming wall of just glorious, tear-inducingly amazing pain. And we are going to become the very center of that force of heaven. And I might be hyping it up too much, but then again, it's better than hyping it up too little. Actually, no, it's not better than hyping up too little. If I'm like, today we're just, it's pretty bad. We're doing an awful synergy. Then when we do something good, you're gonna be like, yeah, but then you also might leave the video. So I guess hyping it up a medium amount is therefore the correct thing to do. I suppose if we're gonna get really technical with it, we want to grab ourselves some trinket room and we want ourselves some soy milk. Some soy milk. Actually, there's still quite a lot of damage even with those two and soy milk. Then again, I guess it is Godhead and Sacred Heart. It's not like that is a really modest item combination. Oh wow, they actually got to me? I can't believe it. I just cannot believe it. Though I guess that is probably a valid tactic in like a zombie apocalypse, for example, if they're just running at you in a line and you have a lot of ammo. I mean, do you run or do you just try and get through every single zombie before they actually get to you? I mean, at one point the bodies would pile up so much that you couldn't even properly shoot the zombies in the back. You'd just have to keep pounding your hot lead through the dead flesh and hope that it came bursting out the other side with enough force to still pierce the soft membrane of a zombie's decaying skull. So really, I don't know why I described it in such graphic detail. So, continuing on, the thoughts of today is let's grab a little bit of defensiveness, just a little bit. Nothing too crazy, but we want ourselves the soul and we want ourselves the wafer. And then we're going to also grab a little bit of Camo Kid, and while we're here, we might as well just hang ourselves, if you're feeling crazy. And then I do like this stage, by the way. Behold, fear me, for I am the glowing ball. You will never know where I am or what direction I'm facing. I am just a faintly glowing head. At least until I strike, in which case I stop being a faintly glowing head at all. So, I guess I'll go on to the next one. There's not a ridiculous craziness happening to this. Come on, I can kill you. Just give me a moment. Just stand still and let me guard you. Is it so hard, fly? Alright, looking good. How hard is your fly? How many abs does it? Oh, an insect with a six-pack. That's a thought. That's the end of the sentence. I'm not going to explore the notion, but, just I want you to think about a spider with a six-pack. You go to stand on it, and it holds your foot up with bulging muscle. What do you even do at that point? You've stood on a spider and it's held your foot up. Like, it's still not strong enough to pose you a threat, but it's apparently ridiculous. I mean, do you just step away? Do you just accept it? Or do you try and still get it out your house, for example, even though it's just held up your full power? I guess if you got two of them, you could kind of use them as a walking transport, you know, stand 1 foot on each spider and have them slowly crawl along, but then again, moving at the speed of spider isn't the most impressive sounding locomotion. Oh yes, this bad boy's got 20 tarantula power, don't you worry about it. She'll go 0 to 60 in never, can't reach that speed, but she will go 0 to 5 in at least 10 minutes. Oh, and the unlimited fuel potential is great. You just gotta buy this bag of flies, alright, and they will keep on trucking for at least 10 minutes or so. They don't really like to be active that much, honestly. They don't need that much food, so really I should never have got into the spider locomotion business. I don't really know what I was expecting. Though I guess if you had a giant spider with metal fingertips, you could attach it to a rail and have it grind along like a train. I'm just thinking about if we ended up in like a Flintstonian world where we never had technology, but we could adapt animals in ridiculous ways, how we could have some of the things that we do have. Like, I mean, for example, a train. You could totally have that, right? It could fire web as a propellant and then slide along the tracks with its fingers. I think that would work. Somebody give me the logistics of grinding a spider, okay? And also, what's the multiplier and point score if you were to do that in a skate park? I need these numbers right now. Alright, so here we are on Catacombs 2. So it's time to kick this up just a little bit of a notch by grabbing ourselves Loki's horn, Mum's eye. Look at it go. Look at that nice little cross going on there. And then we're also going to get marked tears. Yes, indeed. I mean, I already do like this. Just a nice little spread of little godheads everywhere. Just, oh, look at the little godheads go, little tykes. I think there was one other thing that I needed. That's what I needed. Excuse me, but I need myself a foot and a key, because with that amount of luck, we have permanentness, and we do like permanentness. Yes, indeed. If we can do this just fast enough, it ends up looking fantastically glorious, and it's like almost a propellant, like a nice little... Oh, it kind of looked like an arm then, like it formed the arm of Isaac. I kind of like that. And don't worry, this isn't going anywhere near something we've done before. In fact, this is going to involve using a trinket that got added in Afterbirth Plus, and I've not really used it yet, because I never realized just how much potential it actually does contain for things. It's kind of ridiculous if you ask me, so yes, let's continue onwards. You know, one thing I really do like that I realized the other day is finding things, right? There's something certainly satisfaction to finding something that you didn't know you were looking for. You know, just simple things like you check your pocket in a coat you've not worn for a few weeks and you find like a 10 insert currency here note in there and you're like, oh, sweet golly gosh. I mean, you probably don't say that, but you thought about it, Terry. And it's like, cool. So taking that feeling, like that finding feeling, wouldn't it make sense to ask someone? Well, maybe not ask someone, because then you'd know about it, but if you could somehow, either you or someone else, hide loads of your stuff, nothing that you really need that often, but hide things around the place, that way you'd consistently find things and constantly have the feeling of, yeah, I found the thing. I think that would totally make sense, right? I bring this up because I found some chocolate that I had left from Easter ages ago, and it was like this really nice fancy collection of posh mini Easter eggs, and I didn't even realize I had it until I found it in a bag under a bit of furniture. I don't even know how it had got there, but I was like, awesome, this is great. Maybe I should hide secrets everywhere. And the only slight problem I can think about that is if I do it enough, what happens when someone else eventually lives in this house? But then I was thinking, maybe that's actually a plus, and we'll dive into that in but a moment. So, what we are going to do now is grab ourselves the Void. It's been a while since we've used the Void for something, but we're going to grab this, and look, we now have this going, and I kind of like it already, because we've got kind of like a vum 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 vum, like it's 4 laser beams spinning around me, cutting everything to shreds, but of course we want to accentuate this a little bit, you know, we don't want to just have some basic ones. I do like it when I move myself around, vum, 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 let's not accidentally pick up an item that I do not need. Alright, we want ourselves Circle of Protection. And what I like is that it looks like it's the circle itself that's generating it, and it's like a proper device that we've had installed upon us. But we don't want to stop just there, though we are going to stop just there just for now, but we will move on to it on the next floor. So because we're invisible, all we need to do is walk around in a room like this and completely destroy everything. Like, is this not awesome to begin with? Like, it's just fantastic, like a holy laser beam, which is something we've not really seen that much of, a holy laser beam. And I do like that it uses the mark in a way that the mark isn't moving, but it's us that's doing the moving. I think that's kind of nice. We're almost Beyblading our holiness around, and it's very, very satisfying. Isn't that right, Sisters Viz? Oh, I actually managed to take damage there, because I am very good, yes, at game. So, we do want to turn it up just a little bit more, and the best way to do that is to make it even super shinier, and of course to add one extra, because the dunce just spreads them all out a little bit, and we actually kind of get this sort of nice star shape, which is very, very cool. So we take ourselves the spider bite, which is going to add it a little bit whiter, and then we take ourselves the lost contact, and now we have these lovely glowing white balls. Thusly, look at it go, isn't it just fantabulous? Yes, indeed. And then we're going to head over to the trinket. Now, of course, we could start with the hookworm, which makes this have this really lovely sort of triangle shape on it. And what I love about this, by the way, is doesn't it look like a dragonfly? If I move it like that, you see the line at the back, that's the tail, and then there's these two wing shapes that are left and right of me, well, up and down relative to what we're looking at, and it looks like really rapidly flapping wings, doesn't it? Like, you got it, that's not bad. But then the champion of this is going to be this brand new trinket, and right now it doesn't seem to be doing a right lot, but don't worry, it will. We're going to add to this once more on the womb floors, because I do like this version. Honestly, this version I was happy to keep, but I did try one more item past it that I was like, actually, this is kind of cool. So we are just an invisible holy laser ghost, which I'm sure is something that we've all aspired to be. But yeah, back to hiding things for other people to find. I've got a few good ideas. Like, one thing is hide a bloody sword. Obviously not real blood unless you're really hardcore, but you know, it depends how far you want to go with this. Put a bloody sword, but a really expensive one, like jewel encrusted, in the wall of your house. When somebody finds that, they are going to think that they have stumbled across something quite special, right? How do I make myself glow red? Huh. That actually looks really cool, the red and blue around my character. Look at that. I like that a lot. What would this devil deal have been? Wow, the devil's children. Do we want any of this? I guess I will take... Actually, I'm going to take the Celtic cross, because it'll make us glow a little in the center, and I actually kind of like how that looks. So... now I should just be able to wop round, and everything should just basically take care of itself. I mean, look, is it not great? You got to admit, this looks very nice. The interaction between these two trinkets creates some really fantastic shapes that just completely destroy all that stand before me. Ain't that right, little chat? I mean, we could definitely have a slight little extra bit of damage, but with how we are going to change this shortly, we really don't need it, don't get me wrong. So, look, you can hide two things, alright, in the house before another family moves in and finds it. What do you choose? How creative do you go with it? I mean, I kind of like the idea of rigging the floor somewhere that every time you step on it, it plays a random noise somewhere else in the house. I mean, this runs the risk of it being kind of obvious once you make the connection that it's that part of the floor. So to get around this, you just install loads of pressure sensors around every floor in the house and just make them all random if they choose to trigger when somebody steps on them at all. So you've just got this constant cacophony of weird, eerie noises playing, and you could totally convince someone that they've gone into a haunted house. Now I realise, look, just get an entire set of underfloor sensors rigged to an in-the-wall sound system that's completely hidden. It's probably not the most cost-effective of things to leave for someone else to find, but at least it shows true commitment. And, you know, that goes a long way. It really does. I love this holy dragonfly. It's just wonderful. That does go a long way, if you ask me. I think people can definitely respect that. Come on, get zapped by all of my zappiness. It's definitely a tier formation that we've not really experienced before. But I think, you know, to give you a hint, what I want to say is there's not enough of them, right? We could certainly turn the tiers up just a little bit more, just a slight little smidgen. And come on, get absolutely lasered. Oh, he was so slow. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. I don't know why I'm treating him like he's a baby. Oh, look, a little dark one. Oh, you made all the darkness go out the room. Oh, you absorbing my soul. That's adorable. I do sometimes think with how people treat babies of animals that no matter what they did, it would still be really ridiculously cute. Oh, the baby's pulled like a gun on me. Oh, the baby shot me in the arm. Oh, it's adorable. It doesn't know what it is. Oh, I'm bleeding to death and he's giggling. I genuinely think people would be like that. Oh, that baby's got glowing red eyes and he's growing claws. Oh, what's he like? So, the one item in, well, two technically. We're going to grab ourselves Cricket's body, but so we have this going. And then we take Tiny Planet, and then suddenly, it kicks up a notch. Just a tiny notch, but definitely a notch. So we now have ourselves a holy storm where we are the center. So if we take away this, we have this ridiculous shape. Like, you can see it, right? You can see the edge of the circle just on the outside, and then everything in there, it almost looks 3D, like it's curving up towards me. Like, is that not wonderful? Like, look at it. You can see it moving with me. This holy dome of destruction swirling around me. And if we get in here, it's kind of harder to see it in a big room, but there's this very distinct, I am the eye of the storm. Like this ring of protection is the entity that is summoning all of this destruction around me, and it so perfectly stays with me, the moving eye of the storm. But of course, we can add to it a little bit, and when you take the rubber swarm, it completely goes mental, and you have these series of following tiers that kind of have like a line together, and it just looks absolutely ridiculous. But obviously it's completely up to you which of the two forms you actually want to take. But this one I like because it's just a lot more random. The pattern isn't always the same, and it feels much more like a natural blizzard, especially when you're actually moving it around. But of course, both things definitely have their merit. So the real amazingness is that we just move forward and just completely storm our way through the rooms as this holy disintegration force that nothing and no one can stop. Though right now it's kind of difficult to kill this guy because he can't actually not be hit for long enough. Oh, I think I found a space. Yes, there we go. I don't even know what we were facing there, but I do know that it is now very, very dead. Ah, look at it. Is it just not glorious to behold? It's one of the very few synergies that Tiny Planet really does enhance, like a lot. See, the worm isn't completely critical, and there's definitely room for a more specific that worm, but it just makes everything go mental in just the right way, because it kind of keeps this general circular shape, but it does definitely have more of a what the hell is going on nature to it as we crash through everything back to back. Yes, goodbye, you. Goodbye. Everything is absolutely fine. Oh, that reminds me. Talking about things finding in a house, another reason why it's quite a big deal is the house that I moved in most recently. Obviously, I've been here for a couple of years now, but I never even really told anyone this because it kind of didn't really matter because I fixed it. But there was a loose floorboard on the second step up, and it just kind of peeled away, and obviously it needs fixing because it was really hard to walk up the stairs because it would keep threatening to completely collapse and send somebody through the floor. floor. And, you know, from experience, having fallen through multiple roofs in my lives, and yes, I'm not proud. Yes, in my lives. Oh my god, I nearly gave it away. I am secretly Catman. No, but I have fallen through many, many floors and roofs, and I don't like the experience. So ideally, I didn't want anyone else having it. And lo and behold, there was nothing. There wasn't anything in it. Look, I don't know what you were expecting, okay? This is real life. There wasn't any hidden treasure, though I will point out that it was noticeably clean compared to everything else. Because who cleans the inside of a step, right? You never see it. It's got wooden carpet over it. So I have to think that someone was hiding something sneaky in there, and I could only assume it is most scandalous. Scandalous! I can't sing. I mean, we'll get rid of the trinkets on this floor just so we can have the more specifically formed one that's more towards the edge, but I mean, really, it's hard to tell. Like, look, I just love how specifically swirly it is. It's not, it looks random and crazy, but you can tell it is this self-contained circle, and that is just absolutely amazing. So let's just keep on ravaging through like you know who. Yes, you know who. You know Mr. Ravager. Mr. Ravage. Alright, Delirium. Nope, time for the bloat. Goodbye for the bloat. That was very, very satisfying. Always satisfying to see him absolutely annihilated. Goodbye to you as well, War. But it is weird. I do think that the previous owners of the house I'm in, now that I consider it with a little bit of hindsight, were definitely on the band of we need to hide things around the place. Whoa! What did that do? What did that do? What did that do? I'll just be back on the floor. That's okay. I thought that might have just completely ruined everything. But no, we get to murder more things. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. But yeah, I really do think the previous owners of this house tried to kill me. Like, there is, well, maybe not kill me, but definitely didn't make things easy, because we had mice that they knew about, never told us, so that was great. So they left us some mice for us to fight. That was wonderful. Then we found out that they left a ant nest nearby, that was part of everything, so that was also wonderful. There was various parts of the floor that was loose and you could fall through when you stood on it wrong, so that was also wonderful. And there was just various things just subtly wrong, like they'd been weakened just slightly, so that if you touched it in the wrong way, you'd end up like dead for a weird Rube Goldberg of evil kind of machinations as the events slowly conspired to kill you. And it was really quite something, and I don't know necessarily why it happened. Also, getting away from that bomb was very, very, very scary. Oh my god, that's actually really difficult to deal with. I have got to be very, very careful. Come on, ghosts. You're going to get destroyed. Alright, Delirium? Not Delirium. In fact, Brownium. Wow, I think that's one of the few Brownie fights that I've seen that he's never actually managed to summon a single little extra. And that's kind of cool when you've got that level of firepower. That is kind of cool. Wait, no, let me go over here and destroy everything. And yeah, I think that really is generally what I like about this. Normally in Tears Everywhere Going mental synergies, they do just fill the room and do what they want. But you can see, I know I keep saying it, but I really want to hammer it home. You can see the rigid form that this swirl of destruction really is maintaining, and that is great. And remember, obviously, I need your evaluation, your looks, your gut feeling, your acquirability, your defensiveness, and I need to stop just walking into the enemies, because I am going to die if I keep this up. Ain't that right, Satan? Ain't that right? Yep, come on, spawn your extra dudes, looking good, and then one more, get up off your little podium and get destroyed. And then we should be okay, right? Because we are just going to instantly kill him. Yay! We did it, team. Although, actually, I kind of wanted a health up there because I'm kind of really low health. And it's not good. Can I have some health? No, is this Delirium? Oh, wow, it's not actually Delirium. He's in the final one so far away. He came to play upon this day. Full health? No, relaxing is what it wanted. But relaxing is not what it gotted. Yes, what it gotted. That is definitely correct English and in no way not correct English. Ooh, that'll do lovely, because that's all we really needed. We only needed a tiny little infusion of health. Nothing too mental, just something to make me feel safe, you know? There's nothing quite like the feeling of just being safe. Alright, here we go. Delirium! How are you doing? I have no idea how this force of destruction is going to treat you. One of us is about to die here. Oh wow, apparently it scared him so much he webbed all over the floor. Happens to everyone. Either me or him is going to die. Like, I can get hit twice before I am gone, and he is on very low health. I mean, it's doing reasonably well, because obviously I do have shield. It is. Hey, there we go! He is gone and out of there. And also, this looks amazing in the Delirium death sequence. My word. Alright then, guys, this is the Holy Storm. I hope you enjoyed it. Like if you did, subscribe for more, and I'll see you soon. A goodbye.